What's up, guys? Welcome to Supercars of Detroit. I'm Alan.
And I'm Ben.
And welcome to another episode of Pit Stop, where we talk about 6 car-related topics. We get a minute to answer each of them. Should be good. We've got a lot of cool things for this one. So for our first topic, we've got the new Wrangler SRT that Jeep just announced. It's going to have the 392 engine with 485 horsepower. This is really, really awesome. I think it's really funny that they released it right when Ford's supposed to be dropping the Bronco. It's kind of like a big, like, we're doing it better than you are, because they're going to put a V8 in it, and Ford's obviously going to put a V6 in theirs. So I think this is really cool.
Yeah, I really like this car just for the sole reason that it's just a giant middle finger to Ford and the Bronco, which we are talking about next. That engine in the Scat Pack is so powerful, and I think the Wrangler is just going to be a great combination of that, supercar power with that like off-road coolness.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really.
And it's gonna sound so good.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Sick.
It's gonna sound so good. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I was looking at the two. It's good. I don't even care if the Bronco's better.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, which it probably isn't gonna be, because Jeep is just better with off-roading. But it's gonna be hard to pick a V6 over a V8.
Absolutely.
All right, so I mean, talking about the new Ford Bronco, from what I've seen, it looks like Ford's kept with the vintage styling. I really like that. I think it is going to be a cool car. It's going to come in the 2-door and 4-door, just like the Wrangler does, and then they're going to have like a different version of it called the Sport. It's like the low-end version, probably not a body-on-frame based SUV, probably just a crossover kind of thing. And it's going to have the option. People are saying it's probably going to have the Raptor engine in it.
Yeah.
It's a great engine. Doesn't sound as good as a V8, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a cool car nonetheless. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they releasing it on OJ's birthday?
I think that was July 9th. It was the initial release date, yes.
All right.
But they changed it. It's coming out on the 13th.
That's a really weird marketing scheme, but anyways, as for the car itself, I think it's going to have that, you're right, the V6. I don't really like that engine, particularly in the Raptor. Again, I think going back to the Wrangler, it's going to be better.
Can they defeat Jeep? Probably not. So the new AMG GT Black Series, so excited to see the return of the Black Series from AMG. This thing's going to be an absolute monster. I mean, we're throwing up the pictures right now. It's going to have over 700 horsepower according to AMG. Ridiculous. I'm so excited for it. They released pictures of it. The styling's insane. It looks great.
Yeah, I think, and this is a solid contender for taking first place in the Nürburgring. I believe the SVJ is the current first place holder, and the GTR/GTR Pro is the first place for front engine cars. But with the power increase in aero and grip increase this car could have, it could definitely take on those mid-engine cars.
Huge weight.
So I'm super excited for it. Over 700 horsepower.
Yeah, so I mean, we're estimating it's going to be about 300,000, maybe a little less, because the new GTR Pro starts at like 199 and change.
Exactly.
So almost $200,000. So this one's going to be a lot more expensive, especially given that it's going to be a limited run vehicle. But should be really exciting. So the new BMW M3 and M4.
All right. I am excited for this car. It's gotten a lot of flack given that really weird grille it's going to have. But I appreciate BMW for going out there style wise. Regardless of what it looks like, I think it's going to drive great. Over 500 horsepower. It's going to have the M all-wheel drive, but we'll have an option to get a Purist model.
I love that.
Yeah, rear-wheel drive and a manual. So I'm excited for the car itself. I'm really hoping the looks grow on me, and maybe when it's released, it looks a little bit cleaner than what we've seen. The M440 was released in Europe. But overall, I'm excited for this car. Let's see what happens. Go BMW.
I'm waiting to judge when I see it in person on appearance. I've seen some renders where they put the M8 grille instead of the new big one, and it looked better.
Yeah,
it did look better. This could be one of those situations where the pictures didn't do it justice, but maybe the grille's a little overdone. Yeah. So Lamborghini just came out with a track-only car called the SC-V12. This thing's a monster. We're talking 830 horsepower from a naturally aspirated V12. Big props to the naturally aspirated. This thing's nuts. I don't know if you've seen the camo pictures. We'll throw one up right there. It looks crazy. It's gonna be super fast. Probably the fastest car ever if they put it on the Nürburgring.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a production car. It's a track car. Yeah. So I don't know what those cars rank in the Nürburgring, but I'm really into the style of car. I love the Vulcan, the P1 GTR. I think this is just going to take it to the next level. And what is more aero than the race car, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it has more downforce than their current GT3 car, which is already making 1,300 pounds of downforce. It's just
That's obnoxious.
that it's going to have more than that. And they're doing something called high-speed supercharging,
Right.
where they're funneling the air into the engine in a way that allegedly is producing more power. So we'll see how that works out. So finally, we're talking a lot of Dodge today, but they just unleashed everything. The new Ram TRX. This is another big kind of FU to Ford, because they took the Raptor and they threw a V6 in it. And Ram's coming out with their Hellcat engine pickup truck, which is going to be insane. Again, for the general buyer, maybe the Ford will be a little better off-roading because they've been doing it for longer on the pickups, but the
like,
Ram's got a it's got a Hellcat engine, 700 horsepower. It looks really, really cool from the like the prototype.
Right,
So,
yeah. And like how do you give up on 700 horsepower? Yeah. And do we know pricing? Is it going to be close to what the Raptor is?
So from what I'm hearing, it's going to be around 60 grand.
Which
so
is like
cheaper.
what the cheaper. Okay, so why would anyone buy a Raptor? All right.
Yeah, right.
Rip Raptor. I think it's done. They got to put a
So
V in that.
there is a rumor that the next gen Raptor is going to have the GT500 engine because Ford knows they can't compete.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, a lot of cool stuff. The car industry is getting really interesting.
Yeah, especially with Dodge.
Yeah, with the engine wars. I really love that Dodge is keeping up the V8 fight. Those engines are definitely really, really awesome. We hope you enjoyed. If there's any other topics you want us to talk about, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
See you on the next one.